Alright, here we are for round 3. This hand looks fairly decent. We have a few things to do in most of our colors, so let's go ahead and keep. The opponent starts with a plains and a judge's familiar, alright. And we get the turn. Here, let's lead with the plains and pass the turn back. We get a forest, so looks like Celestia will take one here. And we get the turn back. We draw a Justiciar, which is good for us. Let's go ahead and let's play out the island and the arrestor. Arrest is judge's familiar. And pass the turn back. Let's wish our opponent hello and good luck. We get a Celestia Guildgate from the opponent and we get the turn back, alright. We draw another plains, which is great for us. Let's go ahead and play the plains and attack. If he wants to trade, that's fine with me. He decides not to trade, so let's go ahead and play out the Tower Drake and pass the turn back. We get a Wayfaring Temple, alright. And the opponent decides not to attack. Good for us. We get a Hover Barrier, which will be really good. Let's play out the plains and let's go ahead and attack. Decides to trade the familiar for the arrestor, which is alright. And I think we play out the Rune Wing here. Uses the mana better, and I think taking over the skies is going to be better for us. And we get the turn back, alright. Probably has eyes in the skies, which is alright. Let's play out the plains. And let's go ahead and attack. If he eyes in the skies is us, so be it. He doesn't, and here I think we want to... I think the Hover Barrier is going to help us a bit better here. If we had another blue mana, that'd be a bit better for us, but we don't. Here's probably the Eyes in the Skies. Inspiration, alright. Here we get Supreme Verdict, which is unfortunate, but alright. We at least get to draw a card. We get a Dispel, which is good for us. And we get the turn back. Alright. Get a Towering Indrik that we can't cast. Let's go ahead and pass the turn. We might cycle the Azorius Charm. We want to draw something a little bit better here, but depends on what he plays here. We get a Soulsworn Spirit, alright. And that's it, alright. We get a Lev Sky Knight, which is good for us. Let's go ahead and play that out. And pass the turn back. If he plays something else out, then I think we do the Justiciar, which he does, alright. Unfortunate that it has Detain, but that's alright. And we get Knightly Valor, which will be really good for us. I think we want to do that first. We'll take 4 damage if we do. but we've cracked back for 5 in the air, and that's a 3-turn clock, but we'll have something else, so that might tighten that clock up a bit. We could Justiciar here and leave up Dispel, which might be a better play. We can enaction Injunction and hope to draw another land. I think the Justiciar sounded a bit better for us, so let's go ahead and do that. Save us some damage here, and we leave up Dispel in case he has some kind of trick. He has his own Knightly Valor, which is alright. I think we'll keep up our Azorius Charm next turn instead. Hopefully we can draw a land, which will help us out a bit better. We get a rest instead. Let's go ahead and attack. Decides to block there, which is fine for me. Go ahead and use this now. Takes 3, which is great for us, and I think we arrest the other one. I think that becomes a problem for us if we don't. And pass the turn back. Next turn, he'll probably detain our Love Skyknight with the Soulsworn Spirit. So we Knightly Valor. Each one of these judgments it. Don't have Dispel up this turn, so that happens. And he gets another Knight, which is unfortunate. We will take 2. And we get the turn back. We draw another Plains. Let's go ahead and Knightly Valor the Justiciar. And attack. Yeah, let's attack. If he wants to trade them both for it, that's alright. And he does. And let's pass the turn back. We get an Axebane Stag, which is pretty spicy. Alright. And we get the turn back. We draw another Plains, which is good. Let's go ahead and Injunction that. And we get a Guildgate. Alright. Let's go ahead and attack since it's free. Let's pass the turn back. And we get a Horncaller's Chant, alright. Doesn't have a whole lot of instants, so the Dispel might not be too great for us in this matchup. We get a Asperia, which is pretty good for us. Let's go ahead and play out the gate, and let's play out Asperia. He's probably going to attack for 14. We'll chump the Stag and take 8 and draw 3 cards, which will be good for us. And then next turn we'll have a Towering Indrik, which isn't going to be a whole lot useful for us, but that's alright. Imagine he's detaining our Asperia now. Yep. And he decides to attack, which is good for us. Let's put these on the stack. And let's auto yield. Yes. We draw just a Shar, which is good for us. Let's go ahead and chump block. Take 8, which isn't great, but don't have a whole lot else to do. And we get another guild gate. Let's go ahead and play out the guild gate. Let's play out the just a Shar. We'll detain the Rhino and the Axebane Stag. And then let's play out the Towering Indrik and pass the turn back to the opponent. We get a Sphere of Safety, which is alright. We have tons of mana. And a Crosstown Courier, alright. Opponent decides to attack with just 1. We'll draw a card. We get a Hussar Patrol, which is great. Let us double block. Decides to take out the Indrik, which is good for us. And we get the turn back. We get a Sunspire Griffin. Let's play out the Forest. Let's go ahead and attack since he has nothing to block flyers. Let's play pay an island. And let's play out the Griffin. And we'll leave up Dispel and the Hussar Patrol. Probably take 2. Now we get the Towering Indrik, alright. Not sure why he doesn't attack with the Soulsworn Spirit. I can't block it, but it's good for us. Comes in with the Crosstown Courier, alright. More cards for us. Let's go ahead and play out the Hussar Patrol. Let's eat the Crosstown Courier. Let's chump here. And we'll take 4. Unless he has Course of Might, which he might. If he does, then he wins. If not, I believe we win. Draw another forest. Let's go ahead. Let's just go ahead and attack with all everybody. Play. Okay. Blocks there and there. And we win. So let's begin sideboarding. Dispel didn't have a whole lot of targets, but I think Cancel will. So let's make that trade first. The Sphere of Safety might be annoying. Depends on how much of that deck he is. I'm not sure he is. He didn't have a whole lot of flyers, so the aerial predation isn't necessary for us. Our own Axebane Stag isn't unreasonable, but what would we take out? The Drudge Beetle? Kinda like having the Drudge Beetle there. He helps out quite a bit. I think this should be good for us. Let's go ahead and submit that and go to game 2. Here we are for game 2. We get another 2-lander, which is pretty sketchy. We definitely need to draw a lot of lands. So I think I have to mulligan this. We don't have a whole lot to do but dirt all, so let's go ahead and mulligan. This hand looks quite a bit better. If we draw planes, we'll be good. Let's go ahead and keep. And we get the turn back. We draw just a Shar, which is alright. Let's lead with the planes. Pass the turn back. We get the turn back, excellent. We draw a rest, which isn't great for us at the moment. We need lands. But let's play our island, pass the turn back. We get a Loxodon Smiter, which is pretty bad for us, but it happens. And we get the turn back. We draw another island, which is alright. Let's go ahead and arrest the Smiter. We don't have a whole lot we can deal with that at the moment, so getting it off our tail is going to be really good for us. Opponent gets his island. And we get the turn back, excellent. We draw another island, which is alright for us. Let's go ahead and play out the Tower Drake, just to wait until we get something better to detain with the Sky Knight. Here we get Inspiration, alright. We get a Fencing Ace, which is fine, and a Judge's Familiar, alright. And we get the turn back. We get Azorius Charm, which will be pretty decent for us, but here let's go ahead and attack. Don't think he'll block. And then we'll play out the Sky Knight and detain the Double Striker. Pass the turn back. And we get a Soulsworn Spirit, which isn't great for us. Detains the Sky Knight, which is alright. And we get the turn back, alright. We get Swift Justice, which is pretty good for us. Don't have much else to do, so let's go ahead and attack. And we'll pass the turn back. We definitely need to draw planes. We get Wayfaring Temple, which I think we need to cancel that. Don't have a whole lot we can deal with that. The opponent comes in with those two, which is fine. And we get the turn back. We get an inaction injunction. Let's go ahead and injunct the Soulsworn Spirit. And we get a Dramatic Rescue, which is good for us. Let's go ahead and attack. He decides to block there, which is fine. Let's go ahead and Swift Justice. Alright. And pass the turn back. We'll probably take 2 from the Fencing Ace unless he can buff it. And we get the turn back, excellent. We draw another planes finally, which is great for us. Here I think let's go ahead and attack. And we get control back. Let's go ahead and play out the Justiciar. We'll detain those 2 guys. We get eyes in the skies, alright. And let's pass the turn back. We get Tristani's Judgment on our Lev Sky Knight, which unfortunately has to happen. Alright. And he gets another bird. And he attacks with the 2 birds, I imagine. No, he does not. Alright. We draw another island, which is alright. Let's go ahead and attack. We'll probably block the fencing ace and one of the birds. Yeah, that's fine. If I eat a bird, then I eat a bird. Alright, he decides not to block, which is surprising. Let's go ahead and play out the griffin and pass the turn back. We get a Horncaller's Chant here, alright. It's good for the opponent, but we will probably use both of our cards to get rid of the tokens. Comes in with the Soulsworn Spirit only, alright. And we get the turn back, excellent. We draw another planes, which will help our mana problems. Let's go ahead and attack with these 2. He might have, no, I'm not sure why he blocked that way. Alright. Let's go ahead and pump this once. And eat eat all his bird tokens, pass the turn back. Comes in with those 2. Let's go ahead and dramatic rescue the rhino and take 2. We get another Justiciar, which I believe seals the game for us. Give that one and that one. And go ahead and attack with everybody. And we get the game. Excellent. We went 2-1. That's really good for us. I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching, and remember to go to the mtgnoob.com and planeswalkerslibrary.com, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.